Janaville Moreno Escalania, BS Criminology 1, Section Bravo. This video for today is about peace and order issue. So the question is, what is or are common peace and order issue in my or your community? So my common peace and order issue is about common causes of peace and order problem during COVID-19 pandemic. Peace and order can be attained when every individual person will follow and respect the authority and the law of the land. It can be a permanent when everyone is afraid of the law, and above all the government must cultivate a regime of justice, fairness, and equal opportunity for everybody. Ordinarily, the main responsibility of government is to establish and maintain peace and order. For it is only under a regime of peace and order that we can have true and effective governance. According to a survey on April 2021, 26% of respondents identified employment loss as among the leading cause of peace and order problems during the coronavirus or COVID-19 pandemic in the Philippines. Among the other causes of peace and order problem was lack of sufficient food and water, as well as conflicting information and interpretation of government guidelines. We all have been affected by the current COVID-19 pandemic. However, the impact of pandemic and its consequences are felt differently depending on our status and individuals and as members of society. While some try to adapt to working online, homeschooling their children, and ordering food via Instacart, others have no choice but to be exposed to the virus while keeping society functioning. Our different social identities and the social groups we belong to determine our inclusion within a society, and by extension our vulnerability to epidemics. When people around the world started to bear the brunt of the COVID-19 pandemic in mid-2020, the World Bank launched COVID-19 surveys to monitor the social and economic impacts of the pandemic on communities. In the Philippines, the community survey conducted in collaboration with the Department of Social Welfare and Development or DSWD provided important insight on how best to deliver pandemic response and recovery programs aimed at supporting the poorest and most vulnerable rural communities. Respondents included community volunteers and barangay officials from some of the poorest communities identified through the country's existing National Community Driven Development Project in August 2020. The first round of the community survey had 180 respondents representing 101 barangays. The second round in April 2021 had 200 respondents from 135 barangay across the three main groups of islands, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. COVID-19 has taken a heavy toll on rural livelihoods. Loss of income and job opportunities were overarching challenges in poor communities in the Philippines. Disaster-prone communities experience more difficulties in coping with COVID-19 restrictions, in its severe economic impact. Results show the most pressing problems before and during COVID-19 were lack of income opportunities and reduction of pay were persisting challenges but had worsened significantly due to the pandemic. During the pandemic, communities reported continued insufficient food supply and health, sanitation, and nutrition issues. The economic impact of COVID-19 is particularly worrisome as the surveyed communities are already a subset of the poorest and most vulnerable communities in the Philippines following significant job and income losses. Communities are and risk further increases in poverty. I suggest in the community, stay at home, wear face masks, tell everyone to stay indoors, avoiding getting too close to people, make a social distancing, always wash your hands before eating, avoiding touching your face in the dirty hands, and also follow the health protocol and pray a God. So that's all my video presentation. I hope you like it and thank you for watching.